Hey guys, welcome back to Doki Doki Blue Skies. Today we're going to be going through the festival, I guess, so let's see it. And we're going to be doing it with Natsuki. Yeah. I'll just cut these parts out. Alrighty, here we go. Oh man, I'm the last one here. Oh, don't worry about it, everyone's late from time to time. Besides, you've been working hard, so I think you deserve some slack. I guess so. I usually pretty punctual, but I just lost track of the time today. What made you forget the time? Oh, it's a funny story, actually. I recently decided to learn how to play the piano, so I was practicing just now. That's probably why I didn't notice the school bell going off. You can play the piano? That's quite impressive. I've always wanted to play an instrument myself. Oh, it's not as cool as you make it out to be. I've only been playing for a little while, so I still got a ways to go before I'm any good. You should pick up an instrument too, Yuri. I could definitely see you playing the violin. Yeah, that pretty much suits Yuri perfectly. Ah, the violin is a beautiful instrument. I'm partial to the sound of the flute as well. Flutes can be calm and elegant, just like you. Thank you. How's it like to play the piano? It's really an enjoyable instrument to play. Not to mention, I really love how it sounds. While I'm gonna make it sound gentle and soothing, the next powerful and full of force. Piano is an instrument that I'm familiar with too. Well, at least somewhat. My father had signed me up for piano lessons when I was younger. He'd been playing it since high school and wanted to pass his passion down to me, but I never really got into it. Considering that, you'd think that I would hate the piano, but for some reason I found myself internally cheering on Monica. Maybe because it reminds me of my father in a way. Monica, you certainly are a talented individual. First starting your own club from the ground up and now picking up piano on a whim? I doubt I'll be able to do that. Oh, don't say that. Anyone can do amazing things as long as they have passion for it. Which is why I think we're all going to do amazing at the festival. Oh, okay. Already! I can't wait. No, that wasn't it. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be awesome. Natsuki, were you just protesting the festival yesterday? Well, obviously. I meant everything besides our part for the festival. I still don't like the idea of performing. Monica rolls her eyes. I don't want to start the whole debate over again, either. But I am looking forward to everything else. It's a whole day of school where you can run around and eat till you burst. I can see the eagerness in Natsuki's eyes. She must really like food. Kind of reminds me of a certain someone. Speaking of which, where is Sayori? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the back of the room, staring at the window. I walk over to her. As I do, I hear the girls continue to converse behind me. Something about squid. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Are you okay? She forces a smile. It's not very convincing. Of course I am, silly. Why wouldn't I be? I don't know. You seemed a bit off today. Maybe I'm wrong, but my mind wanders back to what she asked me as we were walking home together. You worry too much, Salty. I'm fine. Seriously. She shows me another smile, much bigger and more genuine. While it seems much more Sayori-like, there's still something inside me that feels like something's up. Sayori must have noticed as she hastens to explain. To tell you the truth, I just don't get much sleep last night. I'm really tired, so sorry I'm a little cranky. Seriously though, I'm probably not much fun to hang around with right now. Why don't you spend some time with the others? I might try and have a little nap. Sure, okay. Just know that if anything's bothering you, you can talk to me, okay? I hate to see you suffering in silence. She nods. Her whole life is suffering in silence. Suffering might be a little strong of a word. Nope. Well, you know what I mean. Sayori nods again, then shoos me away. As I wander off to talk to Monica, the feeling of uneasiness isn't going away. Maybe that's just how Sayori is these days. I mean, it's been a good few years since we properly hung out together. Maybe she's changed. Deep down, I know this isn't the reason. Still, maybe Monica knows more than I do. After all, she's the president, right? I timidly approach her. She shuffles through some papers at her desk. Salty, what's up? I decided to jump right in. There's no point beating around the bush. Hey, so, have you noticed anything wrong with Sayori recently? Wrong? What do you mean? I don't know, it just seems a little downcast today. She seems a little downcast. So do you have any ideas what she might be feeling off? Like, have you seen her acting this way before? No, I can't say I've never seen her like this before. Yeah, she says she's just feeling tired because she didn't get much sleep. But to be honest, I'm not buying it. She's normally upbeat and cheerful. Her behavior has been so uncharacteristic. Monica peers around the room at Sayori, who's oddly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Wait, didn't she say she was going to try a nap? Maybe there's something on her mind. My question, though, is why you're asking me, Salty? You said you know her longer than I have. Yeah, well, you spent more time around her recently than I have, with all the club and all. I guess so. But I've never seen her dismiss me. Maybe she didn't exactly dismiss me, but it felt like she was wanting me gone. Sorry, I'm just concerned for her, you know? I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, that's all. No. I appreciate coming to me. It's really sweet how concerned you are for her. After all, it's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure that's a good idea? She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? I know you've known Sayori for longer than I have, so perhaps you're right. Still, it's worth a try. I also have to talk to her about what she wants to do for the festival anyway. Oh, alright, fair enough then. I just hope she's more receptive to you than she was with me. Monica pauses, studying my worried facial expression. The warmth of her smile reflects in her eyes. You really care about her, don't you? From what I can gather, you've been friends for a while. Yeah, we've been childhood friends for as long as I can remember. Although before I joined the club, we had been drifting a lot. I hate thinking that she'd been like this before without me around to help her. Hey, I know it's hard, Salty. It's never easy seeing a friend suffer. But for what it's worth, she's lucky to have someone so thoughtful looking out for her. Don't blame yourself for it. You can always be there for everyone. You can't be there for everyone. I know she's right, but the feeling of guilt still resides. Yeah, I guess. Hey, she's been a lot happier since you joined the club, you know. Really? Yep, she told me she was kind of surprised at first, as she didn't expect you to want to join. But once she got over that, she enjoyed having you around. Anyway, I know it's hard seeing her like this. I'll talk to her and see what I can do, okay? She'll be fine, don't you worry. I sure hope so. I just hope you're right, Monica. Thank you for everything, by the way. You're a big help. Ah, you're too kind, Salty. Nothing to thank me for. She stands up from her desk and walks around the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she keeps her voice so quiet. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. That's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica to talk to her. Hey, you! Hey! I looked up to see Natsuki standing next to me. Well, don't just sit there. We don't have much time today. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to worry you. It's not like I'm worried or anything, Baka. It's just... Natsuki glances at her hands. She's holding the third volume. Oh, right. That. I'm sorry, something just came up recently. We could get started now if you like. Jeez. If something's bothering you, you could tell me to go away, you know. Assuming you don't want to talk about it. She mumbles that last part, as I might have heard it. Nah, it's okay. It's not really that big of a deal. Just a bit concerned about Sayori is all. Sayori? Yeah, she seems distant today. I don't know, she says she's tired, but there's something in the back of my mind telling me it's more than that. Natsuki takes a moment to reflect on what I just said. I think you're just being paranoid, Salty. If she doesn't want to tell why she's feeling down, then it's probably nothing really important. She's your best friend, so I think she'd come to you first if anything happened. Yeah, I guess you're right. It felt like her voice was more grumbly last time. I don't know if I can do it right now. It hurts too. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Guess you get that way when you've known someone as long as I've known Sayori. You've been friends for a while, right? Yeah, about as long as I can remember. You must really care about her. The expression on Natsuki's face is almost a bit jealous. Well, as my best friend, yeah. I can see where the conversation's going and try to change subjects. Anyway, as you say, we don't have much time. Want to get started? Yeah, sure. She likes you. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica goes out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. Make eye contact with Monica and she smiles reassuringly at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Told her to get your act together, that brute. Okay. Go with Monica. Hi, Salty. I approach Monica wanting to talk about Sayori with her some more. But she takes control of the conversation before I can say anything. Immediately jumps into club business. This might come as a surprise, but we have a festival coming up soon. Oh wow, I never would have guessed. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some thought. Despite any praise the girl might have given me, I really doubt that my poetry's up to snuff. Oh, I've read your poetry in the last playthrough. It's pretty shit. I'm sure that there's not just a little bias during the poetry discussion. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. You wouldn't want to let down your club, right? She says it with a teasing tone, but a chill runs down my spine when I think about the implication of disappointing everyone. Who knows what Monica would do to me if I betray her as her loyal literature club subject. Literally. Not to mention, I'm also looking forward to seeing your performance. Right. That's definitely not something I can relate to. Don't worry so much. You'll do fine. After all, you've been doing fine in these poetry discussions so far. So you say. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Here it is. She's gonna call me cute again, or at least my poem cute. I let Monica take the poem. I'm holding it in my hands. But although we're supposed to be discussing poetry right now, I can't help but remain preoccupied by the thoughts of Sayori. Her face changed. She's depressing looking now. I'm worried about her, to say the least. It's such an unexpected change that's come over her. Let it go, dude. Did something happen to her? Well, in one parallel universe, she hung herself. She was okay in the last one, so who knows? Salty? Huh? Sorry, did you just call my name? Yeah, twice, actually. You seem like you're a million miles away. What's up? You know what's up. I was just thinking about whatever happened to Sayori. So sorry if I wasn't paying attention. It's fine, Salty, I understand. For what it's worth, you're a good friend for caring so much about her. Thanks. I just hope that things can go back to normal soon. Well, my advice to you would be let her come to you on her own. She'll talk if she wants to talk. I think that you should respect her boundaries. You're right. I appreciate advice, by the way. Of course, I'm always willing to lend a sympathetic ear if you need one. Today might not be the happiest of days for the club. But that's alright. Not every day will be happy. We'll all pull through this together. I hope so. I feel like I shouldn't be going around the club normally. But I think that Sayori probably needs some normalcy right now. So in the end, I'll try to get the poem sharing back on track. Anyway, since we're supposed to be sharing poems right now... Oh, I almost forgot about it myself. Some president I am, huh? Monica quickly whips out a pristine composition notebook. Here's my poem then, alright? Thanks. The Box, Part 2. On my nightstand sits an ornate box, painstakingly crafted, decorated with the most delicate filigree. Beautiful, beautiful. The most beautiful box you've ever seen. In that box stands a slender porcelain ballerina. No, not stands. Twirls. She's inanimate, yet intimate. Cold, yet vibrant. And oh so beautiful. The most beautiful ballerina you've ever seen. She spins and spins and spins, as the box melody goes tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. She neither smiles nor frowns, a permanent look of blank composure, painted on her facade. She dances for my amusement, and yet I am ended by amusement. The room spins around me, vertigo. I want answers, but she gives me none. I slam the box closed, and yet the room still spins. My skin porcelain. Is this all she's meant to be? Is this the meaning she's supposed to derive? Is this the sole purpose of her existence? And then her skin cracks, shattering, Just like in that Lindsay Sterling music video. You know, I feel like looking for answers and contemplating your reality are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought to it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. How fitting. Somber subject for a somber day. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't one-dimensional creatures. That's what makes people so interesting. You might think that it would be way better if everyone was happy and uncomplicated all the time. But how would we know what happens was if it were for the sadness to compare it to? I guess that's true. Even so, I'd rather not see my friends so troubled. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Do you ever feel discouraged when something you put a lot of time into doesn't get as much attention as you thought it would? For instance, you could have spent hours and hours on a poem, only to have your friends barely glance at it when you show it to them. I think we've done this one in this playthrough already, haven't we? It might make you feel like doing any more is useless. And the sad truth is, the world is so saturated with creative works already that most people won't receive any attention. At least relative to the most popular artists and authors. There's actually not much that you can do in that situation besides try your best. However, you also shouldn't think of things in terms of popularity and number of views. The most important thing should be your own personal self-satisfaction. If you're proud of yourself and your work, then I say that that's enough success. That was the most depressing writing tip of the day ever. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening, children. Okay, let's go ahead and get Yuri out. She'll be like, oh, I hate this, or oh. Yuri glances over at me, but she quickly turns away. Perhaps she wants to be left alone for now. I'll let her come to me if she changes her mind. See. Let's go ahead and go with Natsuki. Everyone hates me today. If you go with Natsuki, everyone's like all depressed. Alright, let's see it. Well, you're certainly enthusiastic today, aren't you? Of course. You know, I like your writing. Oh, thanks. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up, Baka. Natsuki playfully punches my arm. It knocks me through the window. Maybe she's buff Suki. It did take you a while to admit that, didn't it? Admit what? That you like my writing. Well, of course. I had to put you in your place first. If I told you that you were good right off the bat, you would have got cocky. It's not like I was shy or something stupid like that. Or like jealous because of your writing skills. It's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. I feel bad for anyone that gets that jealous. Natsuki? Yeah? You're not exactly the most confident in your writing, are you? Natsuki doesn't say a word. I finally understand. Natsuki acts so arrogant to hide her insecurities from other people. If she constantly says she's the best, people might just end up believing her. I mean, I definitely did. Salty. Be completely honest. Do you like my poems? Natsuki. Of course I do. I already told you, your poems are my inspiration. I look up to you as a writer. Such bullshit. Thank you. I need to hear that. Amy likes spiders! It's just that people never take me seriously, you know. All they ever say is that I'm cute or childish. Sometimes I don't want to be cute. Sometimes I want to bang their heads in. But nobody ever listens. Put a lot of effort into my writing. It seems like you're the only one that truly appreciates it. Yuri just dismisses it because it's not sophisticated enough for her. Natsuki realized she might have said that a bit too loud and stops talking. Natsuki, I'm sorry that I treated you like that when I first met you. I had no idea how much you hated that, and I'm sorry. And yeah, people can be jerks. They quickly form impressions and don't give people a chance. Which sucks. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. But you can't But you can't change people. You just gotta take them as they are. I know. Just makes me mad. Yeah, it's pretty stupid, I admit, but that's life. Yeah. We both sit in silence for a minute. Well, moving on. Can I see your poem? I go to reach for Natsuki's poem, which is sitting on a nearby desk, but she grabs my wrist. No! I mean, it's not any good. Yours is probably better anyway. Natsuki, you know, I also like your writing. Besides, you have high standards for yourself. If you say it's bad, then it's more than likely just fine. Okay, here. Just... Natsuki turns away from me. I don't want to see my face right now. I don't want you to see my face right now. Alright. What's so bad? It's called Blue. I've never read this one. Blue. It used to be that all my sight was filled with shades of black and white. Then one day I found someone, and somehow I could see alright. It's me! She likes me! I felt so small and had no clue that everything could have such hue. But when you came and held my hand, I felt like you have changed my view. Did we ever touch hands? A rainbow of colors sprouted out from the trust you showed me without a doubt. My struggling before all faded away when I found what understands all about. That did not rhyme. Whenever I feel like I'm losing my way and my will starts to shake and shiver and sway, I still stand and fight and look to the light, 'cause when I have you, I won't go astray. Sometimes the sunlight is hidden from view, and shadows will threaten to drown me anew. But I'll start to smile when we talk a while, 'cause when I'm with you, the skies are blue. Aw, she's so cute. What's that look for? If you hate it, then just say it. I won't get mad. What? No, I don't hate it. It was just unexpected. It's so cute that she kills me. I'm not used to you being this nice to me. Don't just say that, dummy. You know what's the point of writing is, right? Expressing feelings you can't say out loud. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for not always getting to the point. I do try. And thank you for showing this to me. I really like it. Remember that I can think like this sometimes too. And I'm glad you like it. I am the pro after all. Aw, she's confident. That's so cute. Natsuki's voice is soft and shaky, a stark contrast to her usually bossy tone. Her tsundere side is melting away and revealing her cute inner self. The confidence in her voice, however, just bragging is completely gone. Do you want this back? I have another poem for the others to see. I guess I'll keep this. Okay. Natsuki avoids eye contact as I slip her poem in my bag. We're gonna make her more depressed. Hey, Sayori, look what Natsuki wrote for me. It's good to see you're taking poetry seriously, Salty. Yeah, truthfully, I wasn't really sure how much I'd like writing poems, but coming here made me realize how enjoyable it can be. Looks like you've been influenced by Natsuki, too. Have I? Did you write it specifically for her? Well, no, I didn't. What gives you that impression? Never mind, it's a nice poem, by the way. Oh, thank you. An awkward silence descends upon us. It's good to see you're making friends, though. Seeing you get closer to them, seeing you happy, it makes me happy, too. I turn to look at her, but she's deliberately avoiding eye contact as she aimlessly fiddles with a pen in her hand. Her words really don't match her demeanor. No sense of questioning it, though, as I already know what the response would be. How was your nap, by the way? Oh yeah, it was great. Really really helped. I'm fully aware that she didn't take a nap at all. In fact, she went along with the lie further confirms my suspicion. I opened my words to call on her, but then I stopped, remembering Natsuki's words. Maybe Natsuki was right. Perhaps I'm just overreacting. As she points out, Sayori's my best friend. Then again, it's not like we've been really acting like best friends over the past few years. There's clearly some distance between us, as much as I don't want to admit it. All I can do now is let her know that I'm there for her and respect her boundaries. Sometimes you have to just work with the hands you've been dealt, I guess. Hey Sayori, look, this might sound a bit weird, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you, no matter what's going on. I should have pried earlier. I should have respected your privacy. It's just hard for me to sit back and do, well, Boy, it feels like nothing. It's okay. I appreciate the concern. Thank you. Monica told me she wanted to discuss our festival preparations after everyone was done sharing poems. So I should probably show you my poem now, anyway. Here it is. Fairy tale. Oh, we've done this one. If you don't mind, we're gonna skip it. She's not happy. There you go. So what do you think? Wow, Sayori, I had no idea you could write like this. There's something else. Have the others seen it? No, not yet. You're the first one I've shown it to. What an honor. So what's this one about? For what I can gather, it's about someone who tries to keep everyone happy, right? She nods. And people like that, but eventually they kinda got used to it. But that's okay, because at least they're still happy. And this person, the kingdom's wish, even she gets a little tired from time to time. But as long as everyone's happy, that's her job. It's not your damn job. It's not your job to make people happy. Repeat after me. Take out 2 pieces of bread, put it between her face, and say, "What are you?" "I'm an idiot sandwich." "What are you?" "I'm an idiot sandwich." Yes, you are. You are an idiot sandwich. She's happy when the others are happy. That's the most important thing. I look back at the poem, trying to pick up the more subtle meanings. But surely the angel doesn't have to be alone. People don't have to depend on just her to be happy. Surely the angel could share the responsibility, right? Cocaine for everybody! Woo! Then everybody's happy. I don't know, maybe I'm just looking into this a bit too much. I just felt kind of sorry for her. I blink, and I'm seriously empathizing with a fictional angel? Maybe I'm just really getting into this poetry thing. I'm glad my poem had such reaction out of you, Salty. Really put a lot of thought into this one last night, as you seem to pick up on it. With an uncomfortable dawn of realization, it becomes quite clear how this poem relates to Sayori. No shit, Sherlock. I'm not going to have much luck questioning that, though. Well, I hope the angel finds happiness soon. Maybe she should share the burden with other people. She just might be surprised at how receptive the people of the kingdom are. But then they'll be sad. That would be selfish. Or maybe they'll be happy to give something back to their angel. After all, she was keeping them happy. It's only fair they get to give something back in return. A shake of the head and a sad smile is my only response. Yay! Okay, everyone. We're all done sharing poems, right? In which case, let's start figuring out what we're all gonna do for the festival. You still remembered. I'll pretend that I didn't hear that. Anyway, as I was saying, well, I already know what I'm doing. That went deep into my tonsils. That's right. Natsuki will be making her specialty, cupcakes. We get to see what it's like to actually bake with Natsuki this time. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sorry, mentioned the goodie bags. If I remember correctly. Yep, I want to make some goodie bags for everyone. Put in a little quotes, bookmarks, and candies. Ah yes, that was it. Great idea. People will love that. Indeed, we're glad you're helping, Sayori. You guys, it's nothing special. The cupcakes sound amazing, though. Of course, because I'm making them. We all share a collective laugh. How about you, Yuri? Ideally I'd like to say something that could enhance the atmosphere of our performance. I'm going to be selling some weed. I'd like to experiment with some aromatherapy as well. You would think by the second or third time we've read this damn thing, I would be able to say aromatherapy. But I guess not. If that's okay with you. Of course, that's fine. In exchange, I'm excited to see what you come up with. The same damn words keep... Oh, never mind. You've also got beautiful handwriting, so perhaps something that involves that too. Yuri ponders for a moment. How about banners and decorations? It's funny that you mentioned that. I was just about to say that myself. Oh well, great minds think alike, right? She shares a laugh with Yuri and turns to me. Anyway, that just leaves you, Salty. The only club member who's useless. I don't say that. In fact, it looks like all of us have a lot of work to do for the festival. I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone when I say some help would be appreciated. Ah, so it's basically a choice between who is to spend my weekend with. Why do I feel so nervous? I feel like this is a scripted video game event. Like a flag. Ugh. I suppose I could use a bit of help. Not that I really need it, but if you wanted to help make stuff, I could always just have some of you do some of the dirty work. Oh, it's starting to get right in the throat now. 1 second. 1 second, I'm sorry. Today's flavor is Diet Mountain Dew. But if you need help, you better not sneak a cupcake to... But if you help, you better not sneak a cupcake to eat. 1 second, I had to scratch my arm. Natsuki, I doubt Salty will want to help you if you make him out to be a burden. If you don't need any help, I believe he'd be better off assisting someone else. Well, that's up to him to decide. Maybe he likes baking. Have you ever thought of that? Besides, how hard could make decorations be? It's not as though I'm not only speaking for myself. Monika and Sayori would like to be appreciative of help as well. And not that it really matters, but decorating requires a lot of creativity and meticulous work. So does baking! You never baked a day in your life, how could you possibly know? Throughout her bickering, I can't help but notice that Sayori hasn't said a word. Does she not want me to help her? Am I just overthinking this? Is it possible to think properly with the arguing going on? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. There's enough Salty to go around for all 4 of us. In the end, it's like Natsuki says. Salty's the only one who gets to decide on what he likes to contribute. There's no need to argue over him, like he's the last boy on Earth. I think it's fair to say that each of us have plenty of work to do. This has nothing to do with him being a boy. I agree, we're merely discussing our workloads. Looks like Monika has united Natsuki and Yuri with a common enemy. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just move on already? Alright then, moving on. Salty, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Ah, of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me, varying expression playing on their faces. What would happen if he did choose Monika? Well, baking does sound like it could be fun, and cupcakes seem like they'd be a 2-person task. Trust me, baking is a blast. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Hey, I thought you wanted to do the baking on your own. For the last time, I never said that. Besides, Salty's right. Baking is a 2-person job. Oh, I'm sorry, Natsuki. I must have missed that part. Anyways, Sayori, Yuri, will you guys be alright by yourselves? While Yuri looks a little bit disappointed, Yuri looks content with my choice. Of course. Yeah, definitely. I'll get the goodie bags done, no problem. And I'll still be able to handle the decorations on my own. Oh yeah, that's why you make such a big deal out of working with Salty. Natsuki just put Yuri on the spot, and she does not look happy about it. Natsuki, I was just making a point that I appreciate some help. Unlike you, I wanted to work with Salty because it would be more efficient. Just what are you? Okay, everyone calm down. Salty has made his choice and that's final. No more bickering. Natsuki and Yuri angrily eye each other before finally giving up on their argument. I mouth a thank you to Monika. She smiles back sweetly. Aww. I don't think anybody wants to repeat on the first official day, not even Natsuki or Yuri. Especially not Monika. Okay, moving on. Does anyone know what they're doing for the festival? Everyone nods. Sweet. You guys excited for the festival? Oh yeah, definitely. Natsuki mood quickly changes the mention of the festival. Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. Monika rolls her eyes annoyed. Anyone else? How about you, Salty? Are you excited? Me? Well, it'll be intriguing at the very least. That's good enough for me. I'm looking for the festival as well, Monika. Yeah, I can't wait. Seems Sayori cheered up a bit. That's great to hear. Okay, everyone, remember to bring in your stuff on Monday. That also includes your poems. Will do. Alright then, see you guys at the festival. With that, everyone disperses to grab their things. I start over to Sayori, but a tug of my arm stops me. Hey, where do you think you're going? You know we had no way of communicating with each other, right? Oh, right. Don't know how that slipped my mind. I guess we should exchange phone numbers. Yeah. Just don't make it weird or anything. Right. Natsuki hands her phone, and I hand her mine. Her phone case is bright pink with black polka dots. It's about what I expected from Natsuki. Although the phone itself seems to be one of the older generations. My phone, on the other hand, is a dark gray and doesn't have a case, just a screen protector. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. I put my number to Natsuki's phone, and she does the same to mine. Once we're done, we hand the phones back. Jeez, your contact list is sad. It basically just says Sayori and your parents. Hey, why are you looking at my contacts? I had to put my number in, Well, I'm not a very social person. I figured. Natsuki grins smugly. Okay, I'm gonna come over to your house on Sunday. My house? Yeah, why not? Oh, I just assumed I was going over to your house because I'm helping you. Ha, my dad would kill me if I had a boy over. That's a bit strict. I doubt my mom would care since she probably won't be home. Good, works out just fine. Alright, I'll text you what you need. See you then. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Thanks for the advice on Sayori. It's appreciated, really. Yeah, sure. I mean, I care about her too, so I don't want you saying the wrong thing and making her worse. Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. Alrighty then. Just stick to my advice and you'll be fine. Noted. Good, you finally learned. Okay, see you Sunday. Bye! Natsuki walks out, leaving me alone in the club room. Wait, where's Sayori? I look around the club room, find myself all alone. Guess she sneaked out while I was talking to Natsuki. She must have not wanted to walk home with me today. Sigh. Oh well. Time for church. Ow. The church of Lolly. Tsundere lollies. Oh, it hurts so bad. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she's acted any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We send each other ones after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turns into conversations. She's almost a bit different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. I meander around the house, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know that she's outside the front door. I don't understand why she couldn't have just rang the doorbell. But whatever. Is it safe to come in? I rush over the door and open it. Oh, dang, she looks kind of cute. There you go. Hi. My mind goes blank and I completely forget what I was going to greet her with. I'm not sure what I expected, but seeing Natsuki in her casual clothing surprises me. It's such a huge difference from a uniform. With such cute clothing, she almost looks like a different person. Frankly, I'm at a loss for words. Salty, why are you just staring at me? Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez, I just got here. Be a long afternoon if you keep acting weird just because you're not used to seeing me out of school. Right. Okay, now moving. Okay, now move, I'm coming in. I quickly step out of the way as Natsuki walks inside. Over her shoulder, she's carrying a large bag made out of thick plastic. Is that all the cooking stuff? I point to Natsuki's bag. Yep, I wasn't gonna come all this way just to find out you're missing something important. Speaking of important, did you get everything I asked you to get? Natsuki asked me to go out and buy some things I didn't already have them on hand. Which reminds me. So don't get too mad, but I say that she might go a bit easier on me when I tell her I forgot to go shopping. Oh shit. But judging by the look on her face, I doubt it helped. Motherfucker, you gonna get stay here, motherfucker. Oh, don't tell me you forgot. Are you kidding me? I know, I'm sorry. What were you doing all weekend that you forgot to go shopping? Oh, well, I was practicing my poem for the festival. Which isn't completely a lie. I did actually spend some time reciting my poem to myself. Natsuki, meanwhile, looks at me with disbelief. You were practicing your poem? Yeah? Natsuki sighs, his expression softens a bit. Well, I guess I'll give you a pass this time. I expect you to say you were playing video games all weekend. But don't think you're completely off the hook. We still need those baking supplies if we want to get anything done. Do we get to go see the gay beer with Natsuki? Well, I don't have some money. Well, I do have some money, and it's only like a mile up to town. Do you want to just buy the stuff we need? Well, it's not like we have any other choice. Just so you know, it's not a date or anything. Alright. Natsuki sets her bags down near the door, and I head upstairs to retrieve my money. When I come down, I see Natsuki standing in the doorway, her hands on her hip. Come on, dummy, we don't have all day. I'm coming. We both part from my house and head towards town. So what kind of cupcakes are we gonna make? Natsuki ponders this for a bit. I'm thinking just normal chocolate cupcakes with vanilla frosting. Oh, okay. But I feel like we should do something special. It's the festival after all. Something special with the cupcakes? Yeah, let's put some powdery cocaine on them. Yeah, but like something more than just the flavors. I want it to have to do with the actual look of the cupcake. Kind of like these cat cupcakes on the first day, right? Yeah, exactly. Something related to the look of the cupcakes. Well, it is a literature event. Maybe you could put kanji characters on each one. Like in frosting? Yeah, every cupcake could have a different character on it, and people must choose a cupcake based on what characters they like the most. That's actually not that bad of an idea. Natsuki looks to the ground, seeming disappointed she didn't come up with that first. She did in the original. Well, do you want to do it? Considering that's the best idea we have, I guess so. Alright then. She's sounding less like a grumpy old guy, more like Solid Snake. Hey guys. Damn my throat. By now, we've finally reached downtown. Downtown Street! Yay, and the anime's there! Okay. Natsuki spots a kitchen supply store, and we both quickly head towards it. The gay bear! Once inside, Natsuki holds her phone up in front of my face. I've already texted you what we need, so just go off that. I've already texted you what you need. Just go off that for your list of supplies to get. Will we need anything special for the characters? Just a small frosting nozzle. I'll get that. You just focus on your stuff. Sounds like a plan. Natsuki heads off into a nearby aisle where I put on my phone. I scroll through my text and eventually find the list she once sent me. Well then, let's start off with the French vanilla extract. Within a couple of minutes, I found everything on the list. As I place the final ingredients in my basket, Natsuki walks up to me. I don't think there'll be a choice, but just in case. As I place the final ingredients in my basket, it walks up to me. She dumps her stuff in my basket and walks with me to the register. I hand over my money, and before I know it, we're already walking back to my house. We arrive quickly and immediately get to work. I will only take about 10 minutes before the entire kitchen is a mess. Utensils, bowls, and spilled ingredients cover the countertops. Natsuki has her focus on the cupcakes themselves while I work on the frosting. Hey, where's the food coloring? Still in the bag on the table, why? I'm gonna color the batter different colors so it looks cooler, even if the flavor is still chocolate or vanilla. You think we should do that to the frosting as well? Yeah, sure. I'll give you the food coloring once I'm done. Alright. I've noticed that Natsuki has been a lot more calm and friendly towards me ever since we started baking. She's been instructing me on what to do, but it's be more friendly advice rather than a command. The only explanation I've come up with is that the cookie puts Natsuki's mind at ease and makes her less hostile. But it's not like that's uncommon. Talking about or doing something that's passionate about puts a smile on anyone's face. Monika with playing the piano, Yuri with reading, Sayori with eating, and Natsuki with baking. Salty, come on, focus. Natsuki's voice interrupts my thoughts. Oh, sorry. I resume stirring the frosting while Natsuki drops the food coloring into the batter. Once she's done with that, she scoops the batter to the little baking cups and places them in a tray. Preheat to 350. Natsuki mumbles instructions to herself as she meshes around with the oven. I hear a beep as she walks over to check on my progress. Hey, is the icing good? Natsuki looks at the bowl with a judgmental expression. You're getting there. You just have to... Natsuki takes the whisk from my hand and starts stirring. Really beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, I retrieve the whisk from Natsuki and follow her example. Good, you're a fast learner. Thanks, you're a good teacher. Natsuki's face turns slightly red. Yeah, I am. I chuckle as Natsuki gloats as she walks back to her workspace. Once the icing's a good consistency, I retrieve the food coloring from Natsuki. Hey, watch where you put your hands, dummy. I don't want you getting icing everywhere. I look down at my hands and realize they're covered in icing. Oh geez, how did I not notice that? Don't ask me, you're the one who didn't notice his hands were covered in icing. Natsuki looks at me with a smirk. Oh, being smug, are we? Well, take that. Oh, I whip my index finger on Natsuki's cheek, leaving a glob of icing behind. Natsuki shoots me a look of both shock and anger. Oh, you didn't. Now it's my turn to be smug. Oh, but I did. Natsuki's face suddenly lights up. Without warning, she dips her finger in the frosting bowl and swipes it across my entire face. You look so dumb. I walk over to the sink and grab a paper towel. So that's how it's gotta be, huh? I dramatically wipe my hand as Natsuki braces herself. Yep. Then so be it. I take the paper towel and tip to shove it in Natsuki's face. But she wipes the towel out of my hand and throws it to the side. Hey. I slowly back up and put my hands up. It doesn't have to be like this. Natsuki ignores my call for a truce and tries to wipe icing across my face again. This time I catch her wrist as she swoops in. She tries to fight back with her other hand, but I grab this one as well. Oh no. Oh no! It's gonna get dirty! Stop! Only if you apologize for getting frosting on my face. You're the one that started it. If I only did it a little, you're smeared it across my entire face. Now apologize. Fine, I'm sorry. Thank you. Now apologize to me. I'm sorry as well. Thank you. Alright, that's that. I'd say I win this one. Oh yeah? Suddenly I felt a sharp pain in my right shin. I let go of Natsuki's wrist and stumbled back. She just kicked me? Oh, did you just kick me? I warned you. Ah, jeez. On my leg in pain as Natsuki stands triumphantly. Don't underestimate me. Okay. I'm sorry. And I surrender. I win. You may have won this battle, but not the war. If one kick can send you down, winning the war will be a piece of cake. Roll my eyes, enticing another laugh from Natsuki. Alright, we should probably get back to work. Yeah, probably. Natsuki and I wipe our faces off and pick up where we left off. That's so adorable. Oh, that was adorable. I scoop some icing into a separate bowl and color the rest of it light pink. Natsuki pulls a batch of cupcakes out of the oven and puts the other batch in. Using the food color, I dye the icing as I set aside black. Why'd you do that? Yeah, I was wondering that. For the kanji characters. Oh, okay. Finish up mixing the food coloring. Finish up mixing the food coloring and then give it to me. Why? I'm gonna put it in the frosting bag, duh. She gestures towards the small plastic bag she brought with her. Alright. I quickly finish mixing it in the coloring and hand Natsuki in the bowl. She scoops the icing into a bag and ties a thin nozzle around the end. Put this aside for now. We will still need the frosted cupcakes before we can add the characters. Speaking of which... Natsuki brings the tray of cupcakes over to the table. Let's get started. Woo, all done. Both look triumphantly over the frosted tray of cupcakes. Yeah, they look pretty cute. kind of fitting seeing you're the one who made them. What's that supposed to mean? Oh please, you're not at school. It's not like anyone could judge you here. Just admit that you're cute. Oh damn. I'm not cute. Fine, fine, whatever you say. Just focus on doing the characters. Jeez. Hey, let me show you how to do it. Natsuki quickly teaches me how to use the frosting bag, and we quickly get to work. Gotta remember that this is gonna get really dark really fast soon. You can't get caught up in the cuteness. Finally. Dang it! I did that. Yeah, finally. It took us longer than expected, but we finally finished and placed the neatly in rows on trays. That was fun. I guess. What, you didn't have fun? No, I did. I just didn't expect it to take that long. It wouldn't have taken that long if you didn't have to go to the store. I said I'm sorry. Yeah. I just wish you had more time so we could read some manga or something. But I really have to get home. My dad's making dinner tonight. Ah, lucky. I'm on my own for dinner tonight. Frankly, I'm not really that hungry. I might just skip it. No! Natsuki's suddenly outburst shocked me. I stare at her in disbelief. I mean, you shouldn't do that. You should always appreciate every meal you get. It's getting dark. Wow. Wow, dinner must be really important to you. It'd be awesome if I could get a dinner every once in a while. More than you can imagine. Growing up, we really only have family dinners when everyone was home. Considering both my parents worked a lot, it was a rare occurrence, especially now. Natsuki and I sit in an awkward silence before she starts for her bag. I should get going. Right, I'll walk you out. Natsuki collects her things and I walk her outside. I feel like the afternoon flew by just too quickly. However, it's nice spending time with her. It was an opportunity to get to know her better. I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the festival. I know it takes a little while, but I'd rather get that done so that the next episode will be Act 2, and that's when the new stuff happens. Well, I guess I'll see you then. It was fun cooking with you. Yeah, we should do it again sometime. Huh? I'm just saying, if you ever want to bake something, I'll be glad to help. Natsuki steps closer and looks up to me. Her expression is tense, and she's trying to hide her emotions. Really nice of you. I open my mouth to say something, but Natsuki quickly pulls away. I gotta go. Bye. Bye. Natsuki quickly rushes off and I'm left alone. Guess I better get to cleaning. Uh-oh. She wanted to make out. She wanted to get some kisses. Make some of them Hershey kisses. Oh, voice, hold on. Is today the day of the festival? It's the day of the festival! Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save, but we're gonna go ahead and finish it. It's the day of the festival. The preparation for the event should be nearly complete, given all the work everyone's put in over the weekend. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carrying stacking 4 trays in a box. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. I smile, putting my phone away. Her personality even shows through her texts. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can enjoy his time with Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. It's been a while though. Where's Sayori? We're meant to walk together, but she's late again. I don't want to leave her behind, but if she takes much longer, I'm gonna be late for school. More time passes. There's going to be a moment of decision soon if she doesn't arrive. Just as I'm getting ready to leave, I finally spot her, slowly making her way down to the street. She's carrying a large sack in her hand, and I'm surprised she isn't running over to me. Isn't she aware of how late she is? Sayori, where have you been? We could have been late for school. No, sorry. I overslept again. Or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again. She immediately pouts. You're such a meanie sometime. You know my teasing's all good fun, right? She mumbles something under her breath. Of course. It looks like she's back to her normal self again. A definite relief. I felt a little guilty if not spending Sunday with her. But then again, it was probably wise to give her space. Then again, Natsuki also needed help. I point to the sack she's carrying, which contains an assortment of colorful little gift bags. Alright, are those gift bags you were working on over the weekend? Yep, I managed to get everything we needed. Candy, quotes, and bookmarks. It was a lot of fun. Although it was kind of hard to stop myself from eating the sweets. And did you manage it? People won't notice if a sweet or two goes missing, right? I couldn't help but laugh. That's such a Sayori thing to say and do. I'm glad you're feeling better today, Sayori. I'm sorry if I was a bit too invasive on Friday. I just worried a lot, that's all. And it's okay, Salty. It really is. It's sweet that you were concerned. But yeah, I'm fine. It was just a little rain cloud. Although I'm kind of nervous for the festival. Honestly, I don't blame you for that. It's kind of nerve-wracking, isn't it? I mean, I know how much it means to Monica, but at the same time, it doesn't really realize how intimidating reciting poems to a bunch of strangers can be. Oh, I keep forgetting that this was technically the day at Doki Doki Literature Club where she would have hung herself, where we would have left her hanging. Yeah, I was all for it back to the club room, but that's the actual day is here. She looks a little nervous. Reach over and give her a squeeze on the shoulder. We'll be fine, don't worry. I know how much you like poetry, plus your poems are great. I just hope my own performance is up to standards. Oh, don't be silly, Salty. They'll love your poem, I just know it. I chuckle, admitting the definitive optimism that really makes Sayori, well, Sayori. Guess we'll find out. By the way, are you doing anything after the festival? Anything fun? Nope, haven't really planned that far ahead. I'm not great at doing that. I'm kind of hoping we finish early so we can have the rest of the day off, to be honest. So what you're really saying is that you want to go home and sleep, right? Oh, look how many students there are. How many clubs are having their own little event today? What a tactical change of topic that was. A score is in sight and there's a lot of students milling around. It's a little strange to think that there's so many fellow students around, yet I've still been feeling so lonely. I just realized something. This is the moment where we have to choose Natsuki over Monica. I don't think I've ever dissed Monica before. This might be my last recording. Or at least before joining the literature club. Time like this makes me grateful that Sayori told me about the club in the first place. I don't know, probably quite a few. By the way, Sayori, what's up, Salty? I just want to say, well, no matter how the festival goes, I'm really grateful you told me about the club and let me join. I've had a lot of fun so far. I scratch the back of my head nervously as Sayori looks curiously at me. I've never been good at expressing myself, and it probably shows. I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you. It's been so fun spend time with you again. Really takes me back. You don't have to thank me for anything. Silly, I've enjoyed it too. After all, it would be lovely if things could go back to how they used to be. How they used to be? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Strange choice of words. What could she mean by this? We'll find out in my next playthrough. As we enter the courtyard, we make our way to our meeting room. She breaks the silence by giggling. Something funny? I just thought of a way to steal one of Natsuki's cupcakes without realizing. Are you sure that's a good idea? Natsuki might be little, but you know better than I do that she can be really fiery. Oh, don't worry about her. She might seem a bit mean on the outside, but she's be harmless. Don't let her fool you. Well, I'd rather her than me. Salty, Sayori, it's good to see you guys. But you want to come and give me a hand? Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she's prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. That's the one I'll be performing. Hey, do you guys want to check out the pamphlet? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I put down the trays of cupcakes I'm holding and grabbed one of the pamphlets laid on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Oh, they look really pretty. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Every member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost personal feel. I recognized the girls' poems from the others that performed during our practice. Just then Natsuki burst into the room, her school bags swinging wildly. Yuri trails in behind her, carrying a round-up banner and a large duffel bag. Alright, no. Alright, it's festival time. Well, you guys got here before me. I thought I was pretty early. Oh, I'm sorry for being the last one here. I'm glad that the preparations are already underway, though. It should take less time to set everything up this way. Yeah, let's work hard, everyone. Salty! I jump out the sudden outburst. Yeah? Where are the cupcakes? Don't tell me you forgot them. Is it normal to be scared by a tiny underclassman girl? I have to extract myself. I really gotta get it together. Relax, they're right here. Just hold on a minute. I step over to where I put down the box of cupcakes and begin unpacking the trays. Don't lay them out so messily. Messily. Quite the bossy little princess, eh? Then if you wouldn't mind. Sayori, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her bag, to which Sayori nods cheerfully. I help Natsuki with the cupcake while Yuri and Sayori start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monica continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has cheerfully rearranged the cupcakes in a D formation. Looks really good, if I say so to myself. I have to agree, we've make a pretty good team. Yeah, hey Salty. Next time we do something like this, I can carry some trays too. It's totally fine with me. My arms are longer too, after all, so I can carry more. Still, we're a team, aren't we? I gotta carry my weight too. I'm not some helpless damsel in distress, you know. Or a helpless shoujo manga heroine. Alright, mister, can it? As I laugh, I glance over at Sayori and Yuri. They put up a banner with an inspirational quote written on a colorful gradient of the sky, the colors of the sky. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirit of his friends. Oh, that's a quote by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. He's some very interesting thoughts, although they are some that I don't quite agree with. I think I've heard of him. As usual, Yuri outclasses me with her intellect. It seems that they are also hung up on a certain origami paper tied to the ribbons on the doorway. Upon closer inspection, each paper has a different kanji character written on it. Hey, it looks like you did something similar to Natsuki with your kanji curtain. Is that so? I'll have to take a look at what she's done after I finish setting up. She gestures to a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. Yuri said that this was an essential oil diffuser. Huh? Yes, it's for aromatherapy. I got it right! I got the word right! One of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. I'm excited to see how it works later. It looks like all preparations are almost finished now. I feel like there's something missing though. Suddenly I notice a large bag sitting forlornly by itself on the side. That's Sayori's, isn't it? Sorry, did you forget to set up your part? Did I? I did! She rushes over to the bag and quickly empties it out. It's full of small, colorful bags tied shut with thin ribbons. Oh, wow! Don't worry, I'll help you out. We start organizing the goodie bags in neat rows of the desk, closest to the door, peeking inside one of them as we do so. You can take a bag if you want. Inside the bag, I find candy, stickers, inspirational quotes for poems, and other sorts of cardboard and bookmarks. Looks like there's a good mix of things in here. I chose only the best candy for the festival. And the best quotes. The best bookmarks as well. You betcha. We laugh as we finish up our task. I take a bag, fish out a candy, and pop it in my mouth. It really does have good taste. The chocolate and toffee seem to melt on my tongue. Can I have one too, Salty? I can't resist those puppy dog eyes. Thanks, you're the best. Yay! It's time for the festival. By the time we finish, it looks like everyone else is done too. The classroom is now darkened and lit up the ambient lighting of the candles. A delicate floral scent waffles through the air, courtesy of Yuri's essential oils. Soria and I head towards the other three girls, who are huddled near the front of the classroom, murmuring to each other. Is it about time to start yet? Almost wrote that we were going to start at 10 a.m. on our poster, and that's in 10 minutes. Are people actually going to show up for this? Don't be so negative. Some people have showed up already, and I'm sure more will fall in soon. You guys don't have to be worrying about so much about it. I got full faith in all of you. I've seen all your poems. It's been amazing watching each and every one of you find and nurture your unique writing styles. She smiles, encouraging at each other. To her credit, her words are helpful, even though I haven't been a part of this club for as long as the other three. Even Salty? Natsuki. I was just a joke, jeez. There's some humor would lighten the mood. Sorry, just trying to make sure everyone's in the best frame of mind before we start. It's okay, Monica. We all understand and appreciate that. Yeah, we know how much the club means to you. I want it to be a success just as much as you do. Couldn't have put it better myself. Even though I've only been in the club for a few days, I felt really at home. Truth be told, I used to be kind of lonely. Knowing that I'm included in something with people like you guys always makes me feel better. I haven't told anyone about how lonely I've been feeling. I'm a little nervous about how they'll react. They all turn to me, varying degrees of emotions on their face. Natsuki passively looks to the side, while Sayori and Yuri give me expressions of concern. Aw, Salty, I had no idea you felt that way. I'm sorry. I really hope we can change that. But I'm so happy you feel welcome here. Exactly what we wanted. I agree. No one should feel alone. I know it's quite a difficult thing to experience. I feel a warm flush of gratitude at their words. Thanks, guys. That means a lot. Awesome, Monica. I told Sayori this earlier. Figure you might appreciate hearing this. Well, no matter how the festival goes, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thanks to you guys, that lonely feeling has disappeared. You've been all welcoming, accepting, and believing in me. I really appreciate all that. So even if this visit doesn't quite go as planned, just know that I really love it here. I'm so glad Sayori told me about the club. If others don't like it, what we have here, well, it's their loss, right? The girls nod in agreement, smiling at me. I had no idea my words would have such an impact, but I'm glad they did in the end. It feels so rewarding to be able to give back to the club for a change. Monica turns to me, eyes shining with appreciation. Thank you, Salty. You're right. Hearing those words from a newcomer really makes me feel like I've succeeded in my goals as president. After all, I wanted to create a place where people could feel comfortable and share literature, and what you just said makes me feel like it was all worth it. She turns to face the others. See, guys? If we can show Salty how amazing this club is, who's to say we can't show the other students the same thing? Don't see them as strangers, see them as potential club members. She's definitely got an inspiring way with words. Yeah, good thinking, Monica. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, but if you say something bad about my cupcakes, I'm gonna kill them. Yuri giggles softly. I won't lie to you. It's still quite nervous, but after hearing what you've said, Salty, I realize there might be other lonely people out there. This club would be a perfect place for them. Yeah, we might even find more manga enthusiasts. That's the spirit. Now let's go and show the rest of the school just what the literature club is made of. As if on cue, a few people wander into the club, curiously looking around the room. Monica confidently walks over and greets them. And so it begins. Monica and Sayori have greeted the newcomers and settled them into desks throughout the classroom. Some people are already having themselves a cupcake, and I notice Natsuki keeping an eye on them. Meanwhile, Yuri is nervously looking around through a pamphlet. I can see her silently mouthing the words to her poem. Now that I think about it, I should be getting some extra practice in as well. Before I can do so, though, Monica heads back towards us with Sayori in tow. Showtime, everyone. Let's do this, guys. Time to get this over with. I can do this. We group up and stand together in front of the classroom. Monica steps to the podium and clears her throat, drawing the room's attention to her. Okay, everyone. Welcome to Literature Club's poetry performance. My name is Monica, as some of you may know. Some girls sitting near the front of the classroom wave at her. And I'm president of the club. Accompanying is the vice president, Sayori. Hi, guys. And the rest of our club members, Yuri, Natsuki, and last but certainly not least, Salty. We all wave back at the students with varying degrees of enthusiasm. I keep kicking my mic. My bad. Hope that you all enjoy our poetry and that we'll all be able to help contribute to a memorable festival. Literature is amazing and the ability to connect us to the human condition. We really hope that this event will help encourage others to start practicing as well. Our club will gladly welcome any new members, from those who love words and writing as well, to anyone who's simply just curious about wanting to learn more. After the scheduled performance, we'll be opening up the stage for anyone who wants to perform, so don't be shy. And now, without further ado, I'll be starting with my poem, The Way They Fly. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and I head off to settle down in the foremost desk, saving the seat at the end for Monica. She says there, allowing yet still radiant confidence. After flashing a smile and a wink at us, she begins. Every word is crystal clear and exudes emotion. Somehow, her recitation is even better than it was only a few days ago. She must have practiced hard to achieve perfection. The classroom is silent at first, drinking in her words. After a few moments, however, some whispering starts up at the back of the classroom. I guess that was inevitable, but it still doesn't make it any less annoying. I exchange a look with Natsuki, who rolls her eyes at the disruption. Sayori pats my hands and gives me an encouraging smile. She's comforting as always. As Monika's poem progresses, more and more people wander in. Normally this would be a good thing, but they're making a lot of noise. Thankfully, they simmer down once they realize Nanaka's speaking, but the damage has already been done. She reaches the end of her poem, the last few words resonating in the classroom. A round of applause for the room, and Monika beams at everyone, patiently waiting for them to finish. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my poem, and that it gives you a flavor of what the club is like. For the newcomers, welcome. We're just in the midst of showing you all our poems. For the benefit of those who have joined, she quickly reintroduces everyone. Anyway, up next is Natsuki. Take it away. Natsuki stumbles slightly as she makes her way in front of the class. I guess the nerves are really getting to her. I don't think she went second originally. It doesn't help that someone sniggers, causing her to turn to glare at them. Sayori seems to notice too, and she hastens to shoot Natsuki a reassuring smile. Natsuki stands at the front of the classroom with her poem in hand. Slight traces of irritation still visible on her face. Anyway, so my poem's called Jump. She takes a deep breath and begins her recital. Just as I was hoping, she's able to interject her trademark bouncy style to the performance, bringing the words to life. She doesn't quite radiate the confidence Monika did, but her unique style shines through, giving the poem a flow and rhythm. While simple, it's effective. My heart sinks as I start picking up the newcomer, having their own conversation in the back of the room. I'm hit with a surge of anger. How could I be so inconsiderate? It's clear that they aren't paying any attention, and from the pause and changes in Natsuki's tone, she clearly picked up on this as well. Why can't they just save their stupid, selfish conversation for after our performance? Her poem comes to an end, but unlike with Monika, there's a slight awkward moment of silence. Once again, there's a round of applause, but it's clear that the audience engagement isn't quite as strong. Great performance, Natsuki. I really like the rhythm of that poem. Natsuki forces a smile and makes her way back to her seat. It's clear that she's upset. Anyway, our Vice President, Sayori, is next to perform. Hi, everyone. I hope you like my poem. She cheerily skips up to the front, poem in hand. As she turns to face us, she looks a little nervous, fidgeting slightly. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. It's okay, Sayori. Just remember what we've practiced. I got full faith in you. Yeah, you got this. This one's called My Meadow. She begins her poem. Her soft voice guides us through the recital. There's a remarkable contrast between her cheerful inflection and the more bittersweet nature of the words. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice people casually flicking cupcake wrappers on the floor, along with candy wrappers lying on the table. Worse still, the talking is getting louder and more noticeable. Monika looks around at perpetrators, frowning at them. One of the students let out a long yawn, making absolutely no effort to hide it. Another student picked up on one of the quotes and nudges their friends. They both frown and laugh at the message. I get the horrible feeling it's more than mocking kind of laughter. At this point, I'm seeing red. If we weren't in school, I would have punched those inconsiderate pricks by now. No one should be this rude to Sayori. She's probably the sweetest person I've ever met. Despite the now obvious disruptions, she's still trying her best, makes a real effort to continue. To her credit, her performance is still commendable. She managed to work the contrast of enunciation against the words in her favor. It adds an intriguing depth to the poem. I love to see more of this side to her. She brings her performance to a close, hands shaking slightly. Lovely poem, Sayori. You really brought that one to life. Thank you. Showing something off with her voice, like she was on Friday. Monika stands up, turning to address everyone in the room. Just a polite reminder that it would be much appreciated if everyone could give a poem some respect while they're performing. Monika looks stern while Natsuki looks positively furious. Thank you. Now the stage is all yours, Yuri. One second. Okay. Yuri's looking terrified at this point. So Yuri gives her a reassuring squeeze and I lean over, whispering into her ear. You've got this, Yuri. Just pretend like it's only me, Natsuki, Sayori, and Monika. I can't do this, Salty. Yes, you can. I believe in you. I've seen how passionate you are. You can become when you talk about portraits of Markov. I love that. I love seeing that side of you. Besides, like you said, this could be the perfect place for any of these people. We just don't know it yet. She swallowed nervously, nodding at her words. Okay, thank you. She rises to her feet. Palm clasped firmly to her chest, avoids eye contact with everyone as she walks up. Her eyes flick up to a glance at the classroom, where she gets set on stage, although she quickly ducks her head down to look at her poem on the podium. This poem is titled, After Image of a Crimson Eye. Her voice quivers as she starts, but like her recitation a few days ago, the meek and trembling version of Yuri remains well into the poem. She determinedly forges ahead, but I can tell that she's not enjoying it in the slightest. The rest of the classroom, momentarily subdued by Monika's words, soon begin to grow louder again. After a few lines of her poem, they're even more unruly than before. The crinkling of wrappers fell the air, and at a few points Yuri is almost drowned out by the others' voices. I catch a few people getting up and leaving the classroom, and by the slightest hitch in her voice, it seems that Yuri sees that as well. Her eyes stay glued to her poem now. It looks like she's trying her hardest to ignore everyone. One boy quickly wolf whistles at Yuri, causing her to jump and lower her head even more. She's practically shaking like a wolf. This is absolutely disgusting behavior, and I open my mouth to say something. Suddenly, Natsuki stands up. A loud scraping noise from her pushing away from the desk draws the attention of the students. Can you all... Wait a second. We're gonna take a sip. Can you all just shut up? I'm really freaking sick of this. How can you guys be so rude? We're trying our best to show you something amazing here. You're going to just stomp all over our hard work like that? Unbelievable! Can't even understand how people can be this arrogant and just the plain terrible. I want to interrupt you, Yuri, but I can't stand it anymore. Yes, might as well leave. You aren't even gonna pretend you're paying attention. There's complete silence for a bit. Only came for the food anyway. Let's go, guys. Once the boy speaks up, he begins to lead his friends away. One by one, more students start to follow them out of the door. I throw a panicked look over to Monika, who holds a strange, stiff expression on her face. Looks like she's struggling to stay calm for everyone. After a few moments, there's barely anyone left. Yuri, meanwhile, quickly begins speaking again, but her voice is barely audible. There's just a stifling silence accompanying her words. When she finishes, a weak smattering of applause sounds from the few who are left. She unsteadily steps down from the stage. I blink, look on her face. She doesn't look at any of us either. I'm worried about her. Oh, okay! Monika's voice cracks as she speaks up. She's still trying her best to see us through this. I don't think any of us could have predicted that it would turn out this way. Thank you, Yuri. You did wonderful. I'm sincerely sorry for all the disruptions and sheer arrogance you had to endure. Those kinds of people really are the worst. To those who are left, I want to thank you all for staying and apologize as well. This is definitely not a normal occurrence for the Literature Club, I assure you. Well, let's finish off with Salty then. With a heavy heart, I slowly get up and walk over to the stage. When I get to the podium, I applaud by the side of the classroom. Candy and cupcake wrappers are skewed around the floor, and quote cards lay tossed about, with many of the cards now featuring shoe prints over the words. The remnants of goodie bags are left ripped apart on the desks. Even the kanji curtains look tangled and messy. The only students left are the ones who waved to Monika at the very beginning. This is what Yuri had to see when reciting her poem. No wonder she didn't want to look up and face these people. Can I really do this now? How were the others able to finish their poems? I look at the clock, only 10:20. Has it really only been 20 minutes? Taking a shaky breath, I begin to speak. Hi everyone. I'd like to take a second to apologize as well, both to those checking out the club today and to those who are already in it. But despite everything that's happened, I can say that I'm glad I joined, since I got to meet such amazing people. Okay, one second. I believe that you guys will love it as much as I did too. Anyway, I hope that you all enjoy Acquainted with the Night. I start reading and am struck once again by the beauty of the poem. The loneliness, the isolation, conveying so accurately, I can relate to all those feelings. I won't be as good as the others are reciting, but I can only hope that I'll be able to do the poem justice. Thoughts of doing both the poet and the club pour out, strengthened my spirit, and I managed to fight through the depressing mood. The quiet of the classroom suits the lines of the poem well, and my recital seems to fly by rather quickly. Excellent performance, Salty! What a great way to round off the event. As I step down from the stage, Monica stands up and addresses the room. Thank you all for coming and staying. Excuse me. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. That's it for the scheduled recitation, but you guys are free to stay and hang out if you want. There's an awkward silence for a few moments. The remaining students start to stand up. Hey, Monica. Oh, and you too, Salty. I didn't know you were in this club. The girl standing before us is actually my homeroom class representative, Shiori. Given that both she and Monica are class reps, they're probably friends. Yeah, I only joined about a week ago, so... Oh, I see. Yep. Hey, the way you guys were treated were seriously awful. It's fine. Thanks for staying. Either way, sorry for everything, Monica. I'll check out the club sometime. She gives us a small, commiserative smile, and I'm torn between wondering whether everyone's praising us or sympathizing with us. Yeah. It's about time to quit, because my voice is going. They all start to file out the classroom with a few more goodbyes. Monica keeps a strange smile plastered on her face. Meanwhile, Yuri and her head buried in her arms on the desk. In contrast, Natsuki is staring straight ahead, gritting her teeth, and Sari looks down on her desk, picking on a spot of the varnished wood. Uh-oh. This is gotta be... It's gonna get pretty intense. Let's see, we need to hit this one. To say there's tension in the air would be a massive understatement. The silence in the room made worse by the sense of awkwardness. No one knows what to say. No one expected the festival to end this way, and the impact is hitting us all. So that could have gone better. My attempt at humor falls flat. I immediately regret speaking. Natsuki gives me a dirty look, but Sayori smiles wanly. Meanwhile, it looks like Monica's face has finally fallen. I don't understand. Where did we go so wrong, guys? We spent so long preparing for this, and after all of our efforts. For the first time, that outgoing confidence Monica always seemed to radiate has snuffed out. She clearly cared a lot about this event, and I feel awful for her. I know. I don't get it either. I thought you guys all did such a good job as well. The decorations, the recitals. I'm sorry, Monica. Don't worry about it, Salty. It's not like it's your fault anyway. She smiles weakly at me. Glancing around, I notice that Yuri and Natsuki seem particularly upset, when Yuri looks absolutely dejected and Natsuki steaming mad. This is your fault, Monica. I told you this was a stupid idea. None of us were that comfortable with doing it in the first place. Now look where it's landed us. Okay. It's gonna get dark, guys. Excuse me? My fault? Y'all agreed to do this. Pardon me for thinking it would actually go well. What's so wrong about that? We only agreed to do it because we felt like you were forcing us. I was really hoping this wouldn't happen. Given what's ever in low mood and argument the last thing we needed. I didn't force anyone, Natsuki. You know how much this club means to me. I was just excited to show that we have what we have to the rest of the school. Yeah, before that was such a good idea, wasn't it? I'm really starting to get sick of your constant sarcasm, you know. Why can't you just try being positive for once in your life? Jeez, it's funny you should say that, because I'm really starting to get sick of your self-righteous, know-it-all attitude. We told you this was a bad idea, but no. You just had to insist on this, even though no one was happy with it. That was for a reason. Look how much Salty enjoys it here. Is it really so unreasonable to think that we could have found someone else like him? Or is that just positive for you? Or is that just too positive for you to even fathom? This is awful. The other students were bad enough, but now Monica and Natsuki are going at it for each other's throats. Look how badly everyone was humiliated. How I considered all of those. She struggles for a moment. Her anger and her ability to speak. Mine too. Those assholes were to all of us. They don't give a damn about anything we had to say. What did that one prick say? He was only here for the food. All that hard work just for what? Nothing. She angrily kicks one of the desks. The loud noise jolts Yuri, who looks up with tears in her eyes. Please, Natsuki, can you calm down? Don't tell me you're taking her side, Yuri. You had experienced the worst of it. I don't get why you're not mad either. Natsuki, there's no point in being angry at Monica. She didn't want this to happen. She had no idea how people would react this way. It's bad enough that the students were rude. I really don't like fighting inside the club itself. Yeah, but if Monica just listened to us, we were comfortable with the whole idea. This would never have happened. Monica sighs. This is the kind of conflict she generally leaves for Sayori to deal with. But in this case, Sayori looks too distraught to intervene. Look, what you're not understanding is that sometimes you just have to take risks. Sure, this didn't go so well, but there will always be a chance. There will always a chance it will have ended like this. And we could have had a new member. She turns to me. I mean, you of all people can understand that's the best, right, Salty? You made the choice to come here, and look how much you've enjoyed it. Oh, don't you try and suck up to him, Monica. Face it, you've never listened to us, your club members, or take our opinions into account. Tell me I'm not alone in thinking that, Salty. Oh great, now I have to choose a side. Dang it, not again. I've never not gone against Monica. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do it. Just so you know, I feel like probably for the Natsuki good ending, this is just a theory, you probably have to choose Monica anyway. Because you probably have to, in a way, kind of put Natsuki out of her high and mighty attitude. So I know that probably by choosing Natsuki here, I'm probably getting the bad route. But oh well. I really don't want to do this. I desperately look at Yuri and Sayori. Both look too upset to want to get involved. So I guess there's gonna be Natsuki. I do really hate taking sides like this. Monica's the president though, so I hope she won't take this personally. Monica, believe me when I say that I know this club means a lot to you. I've only been here for a few days and I can already see that. In fact, it means a lot to all of us. Every one of us cares so much for the club that we're able to soldier on and keep performing despite all the crap we got. But at the same time, perhaps Natsuki has a point. You are clearly the most enthusiastic about the festival out of everyone here. She sighs, and it's clear that she's frustrated. It wouldn't surprise me if she was disappointed in us either. Well, pardon me for wanting the club to do well. Why was everyone so against it? I didn't even force any of you. You all agreed on your own accords. I thought you used the weekend to practice. That should have been plenty of time. The way you pushed us into it feels like we didn't have a choice. You guys didn't have to agree. Do you not know how to stand up to yourselves? That's a little bit half-assed there too. I took your side the first time, but you did kind of just push everybody to do it. We are a little bit on a scripted route here. So Monica, you know how it is. It's hard enough as it is having to go against your friends. But when your friends have such high expectations for everyone on top of that, it's just easy to get swept up in trying to keep everyone happy. On top of that, not everyone here is as outspoken as you. Exactly. But that's not the point. Anyhow, you all did fine in your first recitation during our club meeting. Everything should have gone well. It's just that we could have never expected that people would act this way. If the event had been a success, you could bet that the conversation wouldn't be happening right now. Well, if we never decided to do anything for the festival, then we wouldn't have had to worry about this crap anyway. But we had to do something for the festival. Do you want the club to remain stagnant forever? And this place just supposed to be some hangout for 5 people? Yeah, okay with that. There's a fierce glint in their green eyes now. I'm almost afraid of speaking up. It seems like I'm the only one here who actually wants this club to do well. The only one who strives for greater heights. And now is anyone else going to see how amazing that we build is? We'll never show it to anyone. What's wrong with the club being small? I'd rather have a few people who really care than a ton of idiots who are only here because of your popularity. Quality is more important than quantity, after all. I'm sure the others would agree on that front as well. Suddenly, Monica turns to face me. I won't lie. It's scary having to see her full force in the normally cool-headed and diplomatic leader's temper. Salty, with all due respect, you haven't been here for a week. How would you of all people know what the other members want? Monica, something only means well. Sayori looks like she's about to say more, but one withered look from Monica stops her in her track. And I'm sure that many villains throughout the history only meant well too. Yeah, she got a good point there. The road of hell was written and was paved with good intention, or something like that. There's another quote I liked. I can't remember how it goes. Now you're just being unfair. No, you know what's really unfair? Oh, you know what's really unfair? What unfair is that fact that I'm the only one who has to pick up the slack. I'm the one who's been taking on the blame for all the mistakes. Think it's easy having to live up to everyone's expectations? Although I guess it's too much for you to understand, Natsuki. After all, you always heap the blame on others and criticize everyone else but yourself. Why don't you do some introspective for once in your life? Then you might be able to see why you barely have any friends. Oh, damn! There's silence for a moment. A silence that leads into impossibly long minutes. I look towards Yuri and Sayori for help, but both look understandably shocked by Monika's words. Natsuki's face has grown red. It looks like she's starting to tear up despite her best attempts to keep up a hostile look. Monika, on the other hand, has turned away so I can't see her face. Yuri, Sayori, and I exchange a series of looks and expressions as the silence stretches out. There's a veritable game of eyebrow charades going on between the three of us. None of us know what to say or how to break the silence, but we all know that someone has to. I'm relieved that I have the two of them to rely on here, though. They had to experience the disaster through the festivals, too. And yet they're still fighting through their own emotions to try to keep the club together. This only sounds right now as the small sniffling noises coming from Natsuki. The longer the silence stretches, the harder it's going to be to break it. Somehow the three of us managed to soundlessly decide that it should be me to speak up. Before I could do though, we were surprised by Monika finally interrupting the silence with a sigh. I shouldn't have said that. I was looking back at what I said, and well, if someone had said those things about me, I'd be upset to say the least. The pressure just finally broke me. I guess I really do have tons of things going on in my life. But that doesn't excuse my actions. I shouldn't assume things about your lives when I have no idea what struggling you're going through either. I don't expect you to forgive me anytime soon, but just know that I'm sorry. Monika is still turned away, but Sayori shoots me a hopeful look. I think it's safe to say the words were said that no one really intended. Tensions were obviously running high after the disaster, and the festival turned out to be... I need to slow down. I'm trying to get through it and messing up, and that's not the quality people want. Okay. Tensions were obviously running high after the disaster, and the festival turned out to be high after the festival that the Tensions were obviously running high after the disaster that the festival turned out to be. I guess everyone's just boiled over in the argument. I agree. It just goes to show us how much we all care about the club and each other. If we didn't care, we wouldn't be feeling so horrible. Monika, you're really good at organizing these kinds of things, so it can really say why you wanted it to succeed the way you did. It's only normal. But you have to remember that we all chose to come here for a reason. That's because we enjoy it here. We really do care. I'm sorry if it seems like we're blaming you for everything going wrong. Besides, it's definitely no one's fault. Monika slowly turns back to face us. But you have to admit that you were kind of harsh to Natsuki. She starts moving, causing Sayori to speed on through her speech. Anyway, I'm so glad that you apologized to Natsuki in the end, because we're all friends here. We all need to stick together. We wouldn't be fighting when we hit obstacles. We should be fighting when we hit obstacles. We should be supporting each other. So I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive her, Natsuki, even though she said some really mean things to you. And hopefully we can move on from this and become closer than ever. I could have said it better myself. Yes, I believe the best thing we can do right now is try to forgive each other and learn from this experience. Monica faces us now, looking each of us in the eye. Natsuki misses her gaze, still looking down at the ground with tear-streaked cheeks. You guys, thank you all for being the best club members I could wish for. Now that I've thought about it, it really is me who is in the wrong here. I shouldn't have accepted that you guys weren't quite as into the festival idea as I was. It was wrong of me to push you into something you weren't comfortable with. Well, that all said and done now, so no use crying over spilt milk, right? She's being very quiet. She hasn't said anything, and this has given my voice a much good respite. No, a good president wouldn't have pressured their people into doing this. Looking back, how could I have been so selfish and blind? Everyone has momentary lapse of judgment, and you shouldn't blame yourself for that. I'm with Yuri on that. After all, you made this lovely club for all of us. We really owe it to you for that. And Natsuki? I'm truly sorry for what I said. I was just jumping to conclusions and making false assumptions. Plus, we're all friends, although I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to call me a friend anymore. We all wait with bated breathing for Natsuki's answer. I exchange a nervous glance with Yuri and Sayori, the latter of the two actually looking like she's holding her breath. Natsuki quickly wipes the tears off her face with her sleeves. She looks smaller than ever, and so alone. Makes me want to protect her more than ever. Whatever, it's fine. The only thing I ask. She looks down at the floor and then to her right and then at her ceiling. It's as if she's hoping for the right words to appear in front of her. The only thing I want is for us to stop fighting. I come to this club to get away from all this junk. I don't want things to get ruined. So yeah, if it makes things go back to normal, I'll forgive you. Sayori gives a little hop in excitement when Natsuki says that. I can't help but sigh in relief as well. Monica smiles gently at Natsuki, finally meets her eyes. Thank you for putting the club above your own feelings, Natsuki. Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. We all appreciate it. You guys should hug it out. I get that it must have taken a lot to say that, so I'm truly grateful for that. Monica reaches out to hug Natsuki, but the smallest girl flinches away. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have known that it'd be too soon. No, well, it's fine. Natsuki makes an attempt at smiling at Monica. It may take some time for reconciliation to be finished with, but I'm happy that everyone is trying their best. Yeah, reconsideration can take a long time. No, that's not quite right. Well, close enough. And with that, the spell holding up us all in place seems to have been broken. And any of you staying to check out the rest of the festival? No, I'm quite exaggerated after all of this emotional stress we've just had to endure. Me too. All I want to do right now is take a long nap. Same here, honestly. We still have to clean up this classroom, though. We all grimly turn to face the mess and the visitors have left behind. I'm really looking forward to cleaning this up. I'm really not looking forward to. Do we have to? Sorry, you don't want to betray our club advisor's trust now, do you? Why are you always right, Yuri? Everyone chuckles a bit, and even Natsuki betrays a smile on her face. I'm sure that's less work than it looks, so I think it's fine if some of us leaves early. Hey, Salty, how about you walk Natsuki home for a change? I'm sure that Sayori's sick of your company by now. It's sweet of Monica to let Natsuki off the hook like that. It's such a casual way, too. This way it doesn't look like she's babying her or anything. Hey, no fair, I want to go home too. Sayori pretends to pout for a bit, but quickly regains a smile on her face. Come on, guys, the faster we get to work, the faster we all get to go home. After exchanging goodbyes, I walk out of the classroom with Natsuki. I surreal to hear the sound of chattering, and laughter floating towards us from the rest of the festival after everything that just took place. A silence follows between us. I'm not quite sure whether I should try to cheer her up or just leave her alone with her thoughts. I spot a vending machine at the end of the hall and decide on the former. Hey, do you want a snack? A little sugar always cheers me up when I'm feeling down. Sure, I guess. What do you want? Doesn't really matter, but chocolate's pretty good. I approached the vending machine, digging change out of my pockets. Within a few moments, a solid chunk sounds from the bottom of the machine. I hand her the bar of chocolate. I just picked one of my favorites, so I hope we have similar tastes. White chocolate, not bad. Does this mean she likes it? I watch as she carefully places the snack into her bag. You're not gonna eat it? My question seems to startle Natsuki, and I feel a little bad when she jumps a bit. I guess she's feeling a little shaky. No, I kinda like to savor things on my own time. Not a bad idea. I tend to blow through snacks and stuff myself. I guess I'd like to try to make things last as long as possible. That's pretty understandable. With that, another silence follows over us, but this time it's a comfortable silence. We walk together, side by side, a bubble of companionship that seems to include just the two of us and to make the festival a distant reality. It isn't until we reach the school entrance that I break the silence again. Which way are you headed? I'm going that way. I point to my left, causing Natsuki to give me a wry smile. I'm in the opposite direction. Oh well, guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Salty? Huh? It's okay if I keep coming to the club, right? What do you mean? Of course you can. I mean, we're all going to be expecting you back there. Never mind. See ya. At that, she twirls around and darts away, leaving behind nothing but confusion in the air. Well, I guess I'll ask her about it tomorrow, but for now it's time to make the trek home. Although, now that I think about it, there's nothing to be back home except anime and video games. I'll probably spend tonight stewing over the question, then. I think we're in Act 2 now, guys. My voice is going. Morning already? I groan as I fumble for the alarm clock. Man, it just feels like shaking into the depths of my bed. Is it natural to feel this tired after waking up? What's the time anyway? 10:30 a.m. Holy crap! I've already pretty much missed the first 2 classes. Should I even go to school today or just cut my losses and skip? Fierce battle rages within my mind as I lay there. After a beat, I leap up out of the bed and begin throwing on my uniform. I don't even want to go to school, but I strangely feel compelled to stick to my everyday routine. Guess Mom really trained me well. No time to eat breakfast today. To be honest, I'm usually too lazy to cook anything anyway. 10:39. Could make a good time. Hang on. It's Saturday. The realization hits me, all the nervous tension drains out of my body, leaving me slouched over and exhausted. Now I'm already out of bed, I might as well do something productive today. Although I have to get to change my normal clothes first. At least there's no school to get through today, although unfortunately the Literature Club is still feeling the effects of the festival. Thankfully, the awkward atmosphere is only subtle, but even I am a newbie, can see that everyone's been treading on eggshells. I really do hope that things can eventually get back to normal, but at this rate, I could easily see everyone drifting apart. Natsuki hasn't spoken to me about things yet either. I meant to talk to her about the festival argument the day after, but I just couldn't figure out a way to confront her about it. It's probably just me being too reliant to bring things up, but I've never really found the right time to talk. I should get out of the house for once and stop thinking about these things. It'd be nice to chase a pace from staying on the computer all day. Gotta get around the pasty pale complexion. At least the weather isn't bad too. It's a regular sunny day, not too hot, not too cold. Just me, my bag, and come to think of it, I don't even know where I'm heading to. But if I want to be productive today, the library is probably the best bet. Class 1 also happens to be near school, so I might even see some people I know there. Hopefully I can get some work done, but knowing me, I'll mostly likely procrastinate anyway. The freshly cool air sends shivers up my spine as I step inside. It seems a bit of a slow day for the librarian. While most people are probably out enjoying the sunny day instead of wasting away indoors. I shrug to myself, knowing knowledge is power, right? While everyone else spends their day frolicking outside, I study the books. To be honest though, I haven't studied for the exam yet at all. Every time I try, my mind wanders back to the festival. Coming here was just the right choice. If I wasn't trying to work at home, like usual, I'd just be in a bad mood and slack off again. Hell, I can't help but think about it now. I wonder how everyone else is doing. Maybe I'll try to ask it again during the next club meeting. As I scan the empty tables for optimal seating positions, I spot a familiar white ribbon perched on the top of a ponytail. I have expected that Monica would be out with her friends, but then again, she is an honor student. Oh, hey, Monica. Hello, Salty. She smiles and is as polite as ever, but it doesn't seem like she's very talkative at the moment. Didn't expect to see you at the library. Well, I had to study, but I think I'll be able to get anything done at home. Oh, is that so? May not be the most observant guy around, but she seems like she wants to be alone. Way to go, me. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye. Well, that could have gotten much worse. I was like talking to a brick wall. To be honest, I'm not sure if she's actually being frosty or I'm just overthinking it. Although she might just be busy studying right now, in what case I probably shouldn't have bothered her anyway. Suddenly, I don't really feel like studying. But since I'm here, maybe I should do some reading. I pull out Portrait of Markov out of my bag. I quickly flip to where I left off last night and begin to read. It's really quite a captivating book. All the novels Yuri reads are like this. I can see why she'd be so absorbed in them all the time. Although I can't but help feel the itch to read manga in the back of my mind. It's like an addiction at this point. I can't help but prefer manga to prose novel. I'm in the middle of a chapter where I feel a tap on my shoulder. It's Natsuki. Oh, hey, Natsuki. What's up? Not much, just doing some reading. Half expected you to be at home playing video games. Now that's my plan for tomorrow. Natsuki chuckles. Now what are you doing here? I was just checking this out. Natsuki holds up the novel she has in her hand. Red Autumn Ride. Hey, I used to read that. Really? Yeah, I actually have the first couple of volumes at home. Well, this is only the first one. Actually, do you want to borrow my manga then after you're done? I mean, it's not like you really need to do that since I can't just go to the library. Oh well, suitors. But it's more convenient to do that because I wouldn't have to walk all the way here. So... You know what? Just text me when you need one. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do. Want to sit down? Fine. I want to get this started anyway. Natsuki takes a seat next to me. We both start reading our respective books. I occasionally look over to see where Natsuki is in the volume. I vaguely remember what happens in the series, but seeing it again, the memories start coming back. What are you looking at? Natsuki's voice suddenly snaps me out of my thoughts. Oh, nothing. I go back to Portrait of Markov. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Natsuki peeking at me. Calling me out of peeking when she peeks at me. A bit hypocritical, don't you think? The thing popped off, but okay. You know, I'm actually kind of thirsty. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Want anything? Yeah, can I get a... Actually, you probably just end up getting me the wrong one. I'll come with you. Alright. The vending machine. Home to some of life's greatest choices. Eventually, I settled on a lemon lime soda. Although my decisions were fairly quick, the same can't be said for Natsuki, who somehow looked both irritated and thoughtful at the same time. You're like someone who's trying to choose a house to buy, you know? Big decision, isn't it? Oh, shut up. I chuckle a bit as Natsuki gets to look. You know when you said I would end up getting the wrong one? I thought that meant you knew what you wanted. Well, they don't have what I wanted here, so okay? Jeez. To say this outburst was unexpected was a bit of an understatement. Instinct tells me that I should apologize, even though I don't really think I was that rude. I'm sorry. Natsuki gives me a slight flustered look. It's fine. Although I am paying for it. So I think I have some sort of right to tease. Natsuki huffs and turns back to the machine. Her eyes dart back and forth a bit before she sighs. Okay, I'll just take this one, because I really don't care. I just want to read. Natsuki presses a button and a soda drops on the bottom of the machine. Drinks in hand, we both make our way back to the table. At least we would, if there weren't some other students sitting at our table. It's a boy and a girl, and based on how the guy has his arms around the girl, definitely dating. What are they doing here? Natsuki quickly mouths her questioning to me. No idea. I take my seat and pop off the tab of my soda. After taking a swig, I return to Portrait of Markov. The eyes on the cover stares ominously back at me. A chill runs down my spine. I can't help but feel uneasy. Maybe I should have read some manga like usual. I look over to Natsuki and her own manga. Natsuki sits with her legs crossed, holding her volume up by her face. There's an awkwardness in the air that keeps distracting me despite my attempts at ignoring it. I sneak glances over at the couple. They're both reading out of some large book, possibly a textbook. Not exactly my idea of a date, but hey, whatever works. We're just about to ignore them and carry on the reading until the girl's voice rings out. Hey, I think I've seen you guys before. We both look at her. Although she claims to recognize us, I don't think I've seen her before. The festival that you guys held, for your poetry thing. Natsuki looks out of anger, swiftly prompts me to respond. Oh, right, yeah. What exactly am I meant to say here? Talk about an awkward situation. You guys make a cute couple. She smiles sweetly. That came out of nowhere. No way, we're just friends, jeez. They both chuckle, seeing Natsuki so flustered. Ah, shame, you make a cute couple. The girl cuts Natsuki off. Okay, babe, we should get going. The guy nods and picks up the book. We both quickly head out the door, leaving Natsuki and I bewildered. I look over at her. She has an expression that is half confused and half embarrassed. Well, that just happened. Yeah. Even with them gone, the awkward feeling is in the air remains. But at least it's easier to focus now. I try to pick off from where I stopped. After a couple minutes of reading, I start getting into my room, my book, and the embarrassment begins to fade away. The outside world starts to drown out as I become more and more invested in the story. I stay like this until I finish the chapter to which I finally come back to reality. Closing the volume, I look up at Natsuki, equally invested in the manga she's reading. Almost done, just a couple pages. Looks like you're pretty invested. It's alright, characters aren't really that likable, so... Yeah, I don't remember liking any of them when I started it too. At least some of them do the right thing when it counts. Hey, spoilers. Sorry, that kind of just slipped out. Anyway, do you still want the second volume? Sure. Alright, I'll bring it on Monday. I don't get how you prefer that creepy book Yuri gave you over manga. Parfait Girls is probably way more interesting. Well, I can't deny that it's creepy, but you should give it a shot. It's actually pretty intriguing. I'll pass. Don't like horror. How about this? I'll read Parfait Girls if you read Portrait of Markov. I don't know. Maybe. Natsuki glances at the clock. I gotta go. Alright, see you Monday, Natsuki. Yeah, bye. Natsuki puts the volume in her bag and heads to the door. As I continue reading my book, I can't help but crack a smile at the thought of sharing my manga with her on Monday. Aw, so cute. Is this Act 2? I thought this was going to be Act 2. Please be Act 2. My voice is going. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Alright, that's her manga art. That's her manga art. Ah, she drew the ass thing. We used to do that in middle school all the time as well. Oh, that's what the Natsuki knew thing. Okay. Hey guys, you understand what's going on. My voice is shot, and it's time to quit. I hope you all are enjoying this, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Please have a great day. Bye-bye.